What's up, y'all? Come on back in. Didn't plan to do another broadcast today, but that is seemed to kind of have been the theme of what I've noticed, just going live once and doing other things for the ministry. So I wasn't really expecting it when the Lord told me that I needed to come on live again. But our declaration is going to be: get your house in order. Get your house in order. I'm going to say it again. Get your house in order. Today has been one of those days where I've kind of just been getting like some house chores done, cleaning.
I couldn't find a list called house chores.
Alexa, stop. But it's just been one of those days of me cleaning and making sure that things are really in order here. And as I was cleaning, the Lord began to deal with me about getting our houses in order. How we're in a season of getting our houses in order. And I know, when people hear this phrase, we automatically, think our literal house. And whereas for some people, it may be your literal house. But how God was putting it to me today, at least, was He asked me the question: how prepared are you for what you're waiting for? I'm gonna say it again. How prepared are you for what you're waiting for? He said the miracle is not just in your mouth anymore, it's in what you do. I'm going to say that again. He said the miracle is not just in your mouth, it's also in what you do right now. We oftentimes hear the miracle is in your mouth because words carry weight. But what God is saying is, back what you say up by what you do. I'm going to say it again. Back what you say up by what you do. I'm going to say it again. Back whatever it is that you're speaking. Back it up with what you do. So I'm going to ask the question again. How prepared are you for what you've been waiting for? Let's just say there are some of you guys with businesses in your belly. Whether it's to be an author, whether you have another type of business that God has embedded on the inside of you. The question is, do you have everything set up to where when God presses go, that things flow smoothly? Whether it looks like you getting a booking gap, whether it looks like, you getting flies together, whether it looks like you writing down the details of what your schedule is going to be. How prepared are you? Do you have the prices of your products listed, written out somewhere? I pray that I'm making sense. There are some of you guys believing God for healing, living arrangements. If you're one of the people that you say, Apostle, I've been believing God for healing, are you prepared for the moment when you are healed? Or have you just been living each day as if you're still unhealed? What are you going to do when you're able to walk again, Mrs. Welker? What are you going to do? What will life look like for you? And it may not be anything physical that God is asking you. But what does life look like? However you feel life is going to look like when you receive what you're waiting for, it gives you a clear understanding of what you should be doing right now. Some of you guys believing God for living arrangements. The question becomes, have you packed? Are you prepared for God to say yes in that area? Or when God says yes, are you going to be like, hold up, God, I ain't ready? It's something that we all need to think about. Because honestly, when we're in a season of struggle, when we're in one of those seasons where we're having to toil, we're having to endure some things, we're going through it. A lot of times it's hard to think from that standpoint of getting into a place where when God says go, you ain't got to say, I ain't ready yet. This is a deeper level of faith that God is talking about. But he straight up asked me as I was cleaning. He said, how prepared are you? Now, I was physically getting my house in order. But God asked me, how prepared are you? How prepared are you? This is a time to prepare as if it's done. This is the time to move as if it's done. Those of y'all saying, Apostle, I'm waiting on a job. What does life look like for you when God presses go and gives you a job? Are you going to be able to sleep in? 9 times out of 10, no. So whatever schedule God has given you in your heart, maybe faith in this season, maybe preparation in this season looks like you getting up around the time that you would be getting up for work. Maybe it looks like you putting on clothes, right? Maybe it looks like you getting a routine for when the time comes. Maybe it's living arrangements. The question is, are you packed? Are you ready? Have you made the call to that furniture place saying, hey, I need to make arrangements? Have you gotten your ducks in a row? Because listen, when God presses go, the blessing's not going to wait on you to catch up. And if you're not ready, you're going to fumble. He says, I need to say that again. When God presses go, when, not if. When he presses go, the blessing isn't going to wait for you to get ready. The blessing isn't going to wait for you to get your ducks in a row. And if you're not careful and adamant on preparing as if it's done, the Lord says you will miss it. He says you'll miss it. So again, the declaration, let's get your ducks in a row. Get your house in order. Whatever it is that you need to be doing in this hour to prepare as if it's done. Some of y'all literally need to get like business bank accounts. An account where the funds to your business goes directly to this account. Somebody here needs to set up a Square account. Somebody here needs to get you a card reader for when people come to your home to come on to get their hair done, or for when you go to them. No cash, no problem. Hello, somebody. There's somebody here that literally, you need to throw away your old wardrobe and start getting dressed for where God is taking you. Literally. New clothes, new shoes. What does life look like when you go from waiting for it to living in it? What does your vision show you about it? Some of y'all are like, Apostle, I just need, food. I'm just believing God for a pantry filled with food. God's response to you would be, is your pantry clean? Is your refrigerator all wiped down and clean? Are you prepared for overflow? Or is it going to be one of them things where you got to get ready? Somebody here believing God for a vehicle. I don't know who you are. It's a woman, but you've been waiting and believing God for a vehicle for quite some time. And it just feels like it ain't ever going to happen. But the Lord says, preparation on your part, woman of God, it looks like budgeting. Like budgeting. Like when you get paid, budgeting out your tithes, budgeting out your bills, but also now factoring in gas. Factoring in gas, get your house in order. That's what it looks like. Gas is not cheap. So you got to start factoring in these things. Insurance. And I think a lot of times, like if we would look at things from that aspect, we wouldn't be catching attitudes when God be like, we ain't ready. Hey, y'all. I'm going to say that again. A lot of times, like, if we would like really think about things from the aspect of whether or not we have our ducks in a row, many of us wouldn't be getting frustrated with God, frustrated with the apostle, frustrated with the prophet when there's delays, when God says it ain't time yet. Because the truth of the matter is that a lot of times when God says it ain't time yet, it's because we don't have all of our ducks in a row. And so the question to you is, do you have all of your ducks in a row? Do you have that business bank account? How prepared are you? And again, this revelation just came from me cleaning. And God just literally asked me, how prepared are you for what you want? For what you're waiting for? How prepared are you? Meaning, he was asking, are you ready if I were to press go now? If I were to put the keys to that apartment in your hand, would you be ready? Yeah. If I were to financially prosper that business and bring you much clientele, do you have your ducks in a row? Do you have a system in the works that works for you? Do you have a business bank account? Is your business legit? Do you have the LLC? Do you have the federal ID number? How prepared are you? Because God is saying in this season right now, he's saying, I need my children to start moving like it's done. Move like it's done. Whatever that looks like for you. Whatever it is, because we all believe in God for different things. But the Lord is saying, move as if it is done. Not any type of way. Move like it's done. Move like it is done. Because if you can move like it's done, I think God has a surprise for many of us. When we actually get to that point of getting all of our ducks in a row, getting systems in place, doing the little things to get our ducks in a row, I think many of us are going to be surprised by how quickly the Lord responds. I think many of us are going to be quite surprised at how suddenly things begin to happen. The Lord says you were not ready before, but he's given you the opportunity to show that you're ready now. He says, nah, you wasn't ready before. But now, he's giving you the opportunity. He's giving you the opportunity. He's giving you the opportunity to get ready now. And that's it. That's it. That is it, y'all. That's it. Get your house in order. Prepare as if it's done. Move like God has already done it. Whatever it is. And that's it. That's the revelation. To those of you guys that are just now coming in, please catch this word from the replay. It's worth the time. It's a good 15 minutes. It's a blessed 15 minutes filled with revelation from God. Filled with a word from heaven. To those of you guys that need prayer, the links are there. To those of y'all that want to sow, the links are there. There's one person that's going to watch this video that you need to sow a $100 seed because it was on point. It was on point. And the thing about this $100 seed is, It's not a sacrifice to you, but it's going to defy what your logic is telling you to do. It's going to defy it because you're not used to operating and flowing that way. You're not used to it. But sow it by faith. And that's it, y'all. That is it. The funds sown today are just literally going so that I can get my hair washed and done. As you guys can see, it's in pretty rough shape. And so that's where the funds are going. Everything else is going towards gas in the car. And that's it. And so, hey, Mrs. Edna. I love y'all. Rooting for you. So, until next time, y'all.